Hello there, everybody. The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02, version 5.0.1. Today we have a 4v4 on the Old Brown Lands, which is the 4v4 version, of course, not the 3v3 version. There are two different versions of the map, but this is the 4v4. So, yeah, hopefully it's a good game. I guess we'll find out. Let's jump in. So our first player in the bottom right is No You, who is also Lazarus as Isengard there in the bottom right. We have here Excelsior as the Men of the West in the center there on the right side, and over here we have Cyber. I guess he's Cyber. I don't know who that is actually. I've never seen him before, but he's Elves there. And their player on their team is Bushit, which is this guy here. Nope, that's the ring. Bushit, there he is. There he is. Okay. So Bushit is on in the center there is Isengard. He's on the right side team. This map is weird. The 4v4 version is weird because two of the players are in the center. But anyway, let's continue on. We have the ring, who is the ring is hot, of course, is Goblins there in the center, and he's part of the left team, who is consisting of Till as the Men of the West there in the bottom left. We have Hunter as the Elves in the middle center, and we have the final player, Belsebub, as the Men of the West in the top left. Alright. So, let's see. Belsebub's going with a archery range and a barracks start. Hunter is going with a stables, green pasture, but he's putting it back here out of his area, so I guess someone sees it. Decent idea. Of course, it does leave it undefended if it does get spotted, but at the same time, it will keep anyone from knowing cavalry is coming. Doesn't look like we have any production buildings from Till as of yet. I not forget there's players in the center. I'm so used to not having players in the center of the map. It's strange. Ah, there's Till's buildings. Okay, I was gonna say. I'm surprised, but he actually has a archery range and a barracks here in the center. He's got his first battalion gunner soldiers out as well. And this is the ring. The ring has goblin spider riders, spiderlings rather, not riders. I don't think you could ride those, but you never know. Bushit's going for pikemen as a starting unit, unless he's already got guys on the field. This mini-map is fucking wild. It's so hard to tell what is going on in this mini-map. That's probably the main reason people hate this map, is the mini-map is so bad. It's a maze, and the map is not really like that. I think it's because it has the maps on the roads, and then it has the mountains on the map as well or something. It's just, it looks nuts. Anyway, Cyber has himself a green pasture building. He's got a barracks area, and he's got some archers and pikemen queued up. Also sending some archers that way. He has some pikemen that way, rather. Archers already here. Excelsior's got himself archery range and a barracks as well. Looks like we do have a bit of a scuffle here between Bushit's Urukai and who's the white one again? Till. Till's Golden soldiers quite a ways from home, in fact. He's got Golden soldiers over here and over here. So Till's sending guys all over the place. Lazarus is going to have to deal with, looks like, spiderling spam. Not spam, but harass. They are war chanted as well. They will take down this furnace fairly quickly and then get out of there quickly, because they don't want to fight the crossbows. Spiderlings are very weak to arrow fire, so you do want to keep them alive if possible. Looks like Lazarus is being doubled though, and he will lose a furnace there as well. So 2 furnaces down. I think he's down to 1. That's going to cut his production or his economy down exponentially. So that's not ideal for him. Nice war chants, grouping up their armies together so they can get the most bang for their buck, which is always what you want to do in a team game. And while Belsebub pushing him with a fairly sizable force, backed up by Hunter as well. With some archers there. But the bulk of it is Belsebub's there, at least. Does Hunter have any other guys here? He might. He's got some archers on the way. He is gray, so I think it's hard to see his guys on the map if they are there. Ah, he's got cavalry, of course. And those should be useful against the enemy archers as well. Of course, he does have to be careful of these pikes. There's a lot of pikes around these archers, so Hunter won't be able to trample those anytime soon. Looks like Belsebub will be pulling back a little bit. Let's go in the bottom right, see how things are going. Looks like Till has brought a full real force this time. Also giving them a rally cry. Rally call? Yeah. Cry. Sure, why not? And unfortunately Lazarus will lose another furnace. He's definitely not going to have a good time here. Luckily his wildmen are very cheap. If he loses this clan steading, he's going to be in a world of hurt. Of course, wildmen are not going to hold it off very long. They do die fairly quickly to these Gondor archers. And even the Gondor warriors are not very good. They're not meant to fight stronger units, they're just meant to be there and do damage. Of course, their armor's just crap. Excelsior has a Rohirrim on the field, keeping them in bow mode. Trying to pick off the Spider Riders with bows. As you see, the Spider Riders don't do basically any damage to Rohirrim in bow mode, so that's not the way you want to fight Rohirrim. Till reinforcing with some guys here. He's got Thillian Rangers as well as some Rohan Pikemen. Looks like Excelsior is going to get this well down. Oh, maybe not. They get picked off too soon. Belsebub has a big force here. Now it looks like Cyber and bushit are going to have to defend here. Bushit does have himself alerts, which is always nice. We have a forward barracks from Hunter here. Also building a Mirror Galadriel. And he's got a bunch of cavalry units, as well as some archers and pikes. Looks like Bushit pushing into his lands though. Going to do a little damage to Hunter's economy. Hunter does demolish that tree before any damage gets done to it, so he gets the most back out of it. Of course, the more damage the building is when you destroy it, the less money you get. If you weren't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that for a long time, actually. So I would always wait until like the last second to demolish a building. I still do, kind of, actually. But if you want the most money back, you want to demolish it before it takes damage. If you know you're not going to be able to save it. So Boromir using his Horn of Gondor, managing to catch these Linden horse archers off guard. Freeze them in place. And that side roll will begin losing troops. They should be able to get out of there, though, if they're quick. And they will indeed. And while Cyber brings more of his troops over. Oh, but Hunter's going to get a nice run through. His archers got way out of position. And now Hunter's going to absolutely decimate the archers. Very nice. That's gotta suck. Excelsior getting more Thillian Rangers and Pikes there. Meanwhile, Till is getting ready to raid his lands. He's on the border. Getting ready to push in here. He's got 3 battalions. Is that 2 or 3? That's 2. 2 battalions of Thillian Rangers. 3 battalions of Rohan Spearmen there. It's a fairly decent force. Definitely scary. Lazarus still trying to recover a bit. Looks like he's doing well at doing so. Trying to get some pikes out on the field, looks like. Meanwhile, he is raiding with some wildmen out here. The wildmen will at least be able to kill these Rohan Spearmen. Rohan Spearmen are just as crappy as they are, but of course swordsmen still beat pikemen. Well, in theory. Of course, Gorkill has come to help. And he does clean those up. Looks like the builder built a wall hub. Undoubtedly he put it down to save his guys. Will he go into Porcupine in time? Nope. If you're quick enough and you get to Porcupine formation, you might be able to save your troops, as it does increase their armor quite a bit. Alternatively, you could just hit X and move out of the way, but a lot of times you don't have time to move out of the way. I tend not to even try to move out of the way, and I just try to negate the most casualties possible by putting everyone in hold ground stance and then hitting Porcupine and shield wall if I can. If applicable. It's a tough word for me to say. Anyway. Looks like Bushit does take a farm there. Belsebub going to have to play a little defense. Hunter sending up some forces to help defend as well. They should easily push back Bushit's small raiding party easily and quickly without too much casualties. Meanwhile, we have Spider Riders from the ring there, engaging in melee with the archer line and Rohirrim as well. They will actually slaughter those. Gorkill's continuing to level. He's up to level 2. Once he gets to level, was it 3? I think he can mount. Possibly 4. I think it's 3 though, when he can mount a scorpion. Which is useful when you're using him with the spider riders, I suppose. That way he can kind of keep up with them. And trample with them as well. We have a big attack from Lazarus, who's finally come into power. Throwing a war chant down on his guys. He does have axe throwers as well, which are very good. Who's on his team? The Ring is not on his team. If the Ring decides to go through and somehow get a trample off on these, he will do a fair amount of damage. He does have to watch out for these pikemen though. But if he does find the opening, he can crush these guys pretty easily. Lazarus got his guys way out of position. Oh, this is the Ring's chance. And he does get a nice run through a majority of Lazarus' troops. Does lose a few there, but I'd say for the most part that was pretty worth it. Of course he can heal up his spider riders. Lazarus can't heal up his guys. Not over here. Now he turns his guys into bow mode, so he can continue the assault, which is very nice. Very good idea. It's always good, like I always say, to put a well or whatever healing structure rather, in your allies' base who does not have the ability to make them. It's just basic stuff, really. But it does help. Looks like Belsebub has himself a Faramir and Boromir here. So the brothers will defend the realm to the death. Looks like that arrow volley or long shot, one of the two, missing the mark. And we have a Saruman for Belsebub. Not Belsebub, bushit. Getting people mixed up. Too many B names. But yeah, he does have alerts, who is level 4 now. One more level, he'll get the leadership for his army, which will be excellent, of course. And now him and Cyber pushing in with a pretty sizable force of guys. There's even a lot of cavalry over here. Lots of Lindens. It's quite scary, in fact. Lots of spider riders, even have fire arrow upgrades on them, as he has been using a lot of them for archer fire. As you see, they're picking off Bushit's guys without having to get anywhere near, which is always handy. And now Till is moving in with a lot of Athelian rangers and some pikes as well. And now Bushit's space is about to get assaulted in a big way, so he's going to lose some stuff for sure. But let's see how Bushit does while he's on the attack. Of course, he can't defend his base while he's attacking, so someone else is going to have to do it. I'm observing somebody, apparently. Don't really need to. We can take a look at PowerPoints real quick. I'm not going to go over them too much. We have that for them. I guess it doesn't hurt. What the hell? We have Obtain Land and War Chant. 0 PowerPoints for Belsebub. That's not Belsebub. Bushit. Second time I got their names mixed. Damn them. Looks like Belsebub does have himself a rally call, 9 PowerPoints. Lazarus has he has Devastation now, which is, of course, extremely useful. Let's try to keep our screen on the action while we look. He has War Chant, Creebine, and 1 PowerPoint there. We have Tom Bombadil, Farsights. And there's the attack. Spider Riders are getting obliterated. Oh no. That's unfortunate for him. And 1 PowerPoint for Hunter, the elf player. Cyber, the other elf player, has Elvenwood, Rally Call, 12 PowerPoints. Excelsior, the Middle West, has Summon Hobbit Allies, Rally Call, 9 PowerPoints. The Ring has Scavenger, very nice. Wildman and Dunland, also very nice. Nice fireball there from Saruman, hitting the Mirkwoods. He's also got 11 PowerPoints and War Chant. Till has Arrow Volley. It looks like we have another assault here from Cyber against Belsebub. So he's going to have to deal with that for sure. We have Air Volley, Rally Call, 4 PowerPoints for Till. That's it so far. Belsebub does have a sizable defense force though, but of course he doesn't want to engage the elves on a elven wood. That's just asking for death. Tom Bombadil being summoned in by Excelsior, I think. Hunter, actually. He is in a gray shirt. From far away it looked red. Couldn't tell. And of course he's chasing around Bushit's army. See what's happened in the south. Looks like we have a big battle here between the Goblins and Isengard, as well as the Men of the West. Men of the West getting flank off. Till coming up from the rear, taking down Lazarus's trebuchet, or ballista rather. And in comes Excelsior, trying to get rid of the Goblin player. The ring stuff there. These ballistas will be doing pretty good damage. As you see, ballistas can actually be used as a very slow battle wagon, as they do trample damage when they walk over things. So if you didn't know that, now you do. The more you know. It is very useful sometimes. I don't think regular catapults can do that, only ballista. Don't quote me on that though. Maybe regular catapults can do that. I just never see it happen. I only see it happen with the ballistas. But anyway, looks like the Goblin player was going for upgrades there. Of course, he got the fire arrows, as we already saw. Looks like he will lose his treasure trove though. That's unfortunate. A worm being summoned in by the ring. And we have an Ent summoned somewhere. Where is it? It's one of the elf players. There we go. It looks like Cyber going to try and destroy Hunter's Fortress here with the Ents. He's also got some Linden Horse Archers here. Undoubtedly not just to fire at these trees. You should really move these away. These guys are just dying for no reason. You sent them over here undoubtedly to get vision on the fort, so you can take it down. Doesn't look like Hunter's going to be able to save his fortress. Does Belsebub have rebuild? And would he use it on Hunter's Fortress? I'm going to say probably not. And down goes Hunter's Fort. And no, Belsebub actually did not opt to get it. Even if he did, would he have got there, or would anyone have got there in time to stop the Ents? Probably not. So that's an unfortunate loss for them. The Western team without one player's fort will be pretty big. He's not out of the game yet. He does still have his level 3 barracks. It is taking damage though. Hopefully his pikes are able to stop the Ents of Cyber. Looks like all those elves got leadership or something. He uses speechcraft, give target units excellent experience. Very nice. Using bushits and his army, so now they can move in and finish off Hunter there. And I think he still has a stream pasture over here, but that might be all he has left. So pretty much Hunter's been taken out of the game, I'd say. Lazarus level 1 Saruman himself now. Levels his alerts level 3. Doesn't even have cripple strike yet. But eventually he will, if he keeps fighting, of course. Bushit space is looking fairly safe. He's got a couple ballista expansions. And arrow towers on his fort, as well as the wizard tower. With the lightning strike ability, which is always handy. Belsebub doesn't have any fortress upgrades or anything, so if they do manage to get to his fort, it will probably fall fairly quickly. And it looks like the remnants of Hunter's base are being destroyed now. Wonder if he got away with a builder or anything. He's demolished his trees, so he didn't get anything off of them. And he demolishes that as well. He's still alive, though, meaning he does have something. Looks like he has an Entmoot building in the back of Till's base. I don't know if he'll be able to afford to fund Ents, but hey, he probably started building up before he was dying anyway. Who knows? But that is an unfortunate loss for him. He does still have a tree here, which is nice for him at least. So he has some sort of income. Once he loses all his trees, of course, he's cut off completely, and we'll have to rely on his allies sending him money. Looks like Lazarus going for an attack here. Doing a fairly good amount of damage to the ring's fort. If the ring can't stop these 2 ballista, he's going to lose his fortress, undoubtedly. Now that will actually even things up a bit. As the ring... Actually, no, that won't even things up. That would be 2 players down on the left team. What am I saying? So definitely things are going well for the Eastern team. And it looks like down goes the fortress. One more shot. Kaboom! There it goes. And now with the ring's fortress gone, he's in a bad way for sure. Spider is trying desperately to get rid of the ballista, but unfortunately losing themselves in the process. Of course, Lazarus can bring more ballista to bear. He still has all his faculties. Looks like he was going for a mine. That would have been interesting. It is not too late though. He does have a Saruman. If he leveled him up a bit, he can actually use the fireball to detonate it, which is always fun. The ring has been defeated. And that is one player out of the Western team. So now it's just Till, Hunter, who is basically dead, and Belsebub against the full might of the Eastern team there. Because they're not entirely Eastern, as bushit is in the center of the map, but you get the idea. Who Saruman's this? This is Till's, not Till, Lazarus. So many Wizard Blasts. And the other one, of course, is bushit's. And they are on the same team. Double Saruman power. It's definitely something to fear. Unfortunately, Till will lose his forward production buildings, meaning he will have to rebuild them back here. Which he has not done yet. So that's not good for him. Looks like Hunter has built an ent. To what end? Who knows? That ent will meet the death by fireball fairly quickly if he ever gets into combat. Looks like Belsebub has been defeated. He's quit out, leaving his base to Hunter. Hunter controls the last remaining team, I think. Unless Till is still alive. Till is still alive, what am I saying? So now it is Till and Hunter versus 4 players. Cybers, Excelsior, Lazarus, and bushit. 2 on 4. Not the best odds. I would like to say not impossible, but it probably is. Unless they're just really bad. Unfortunately, they are not really bad. Hence the reason it came to this point. All the Eastern players are pretty decent, so. Ooh, unfortunately for Hunter, his Boromir is pinned. Now he must fight to the death. Got a worm tongue there. His level 5 backstab's actually pretty decent against heroes. Ooh, nice lightning strike. I always love that move. Saruman is just so much fun to play with when you have him. All his abilities are fun to use, except for Speechcraft, of course, because it just gives experience. Gives a shit about that. But yeah, otherwise, very fun. Wizard Blast, Fireball, and Lightning Bolt. The only person who rivals that, of course, is Gandalf. I actually prefer Saruman's wizard powers over Gandalf's, though. Aside from Word of Power, of course. Ah, nice. Till's been defeated with an explosive mine. Happened to just be looking at the right place at the right time. Convenient. Instantly taking him out of the game. And that, of course, leaves Hunter all by his lonesome, versus an entirety of the wrath of the other team. And down goes the fortress. And he's sacrificing all his buildings. And that will be it. There you go. Hunter's been defeated. And the Eastern team takes the victory there. So that's a pretty enjoyable game, I think. So hopefully you guys thought so as well. I thought it was well played, everyone. So yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable. And I'll see you in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2. See you guys next time.